My name is Eleanor Gray, and tonight, I'm finally telling the truth. For 40 years, I lived in silence, pretending to be a loving widow. But behind every rose in my garden was a buried lie. I was born in 1953, in a quiet town in North Carolina. At 20, I fell in love with a man who made the whole world seem safe, Thomas Gray. He was charming, bold, and every girl's dream. But dreams fade fast, when you wake up to a nightmare. Thomas was sweet in public, cruel in private. He loved his whiskey more than he loved me. He'd come home late, slam the door, shout about money, and sometimes his hands did more than shout. I stayed silent, because back then, wives were told to endure. I told myself he'd change, but one night, he didn't just break my bones. He broke something inside me that never healed. That night, the thunder was so loud it felt like God himself was angry. Thomas came home drunk, screaming that I'd been hiding money. He grabbed me by the hair, slammed me against the wall, then he stumbled. He hit the edge of the fireplace, and for the first time, he didn't get back up. I froze. My hands shook. My breath stopped. And then silence. Only the rain outside and my heart inside. I didn't plan it, but I also didn't regret it. I dug the garden that night, the same rose bed that bloomed every spring for the next 40 years. And I buried my secret. Right there. Our son Michael was only 6. I told him his father left for work and never came back. He grew up angry, thinking his dad had abandoned him. He left home at 18, said he'd never forgive me for not keeping dad around. I watched him walk away, the same way Thomas once did, but Michael never came back. Years passed. I became the old woman in the neighborhood who still grows roses. No one ever knew why I guarded that garden like a soldier. Last spring, I heard a knock. It was Michael, gray in his hair, tears in his eyes. He said, "Mom, I want to forgive you, even if Dad won't." He didn't know how true those words were. He wanted to dig the old garden up, said he'd plant new roses for me. I told him no, so sharply he looked afraid. That night, I knew it was time to stop living in lies. I called the sheriff the next morning, the same sheriff who used to flirt with me when I was young. He looked shocked when I told him, "I buried my husband under the roses in 1978. They dug. They found bones. They found truth. I wasn't arrested. Too much time had passed. Too little evidence remained." And the sheriff? He just whispered, "Sometimes the law doesn't need to fix what life already punished." Now, every evening I sit by the window, watching those roses bloom, red as blood, soft as mercy. People say I look peaceful. They don't know peace costs everything. Thomas always said I'd never survive without him. But look at me now. I'm still here, and he's the one who feeds my roses.